my name is Skip, and I'm here for two reasons. Number one, I want to help you become a better leader, and number two, I want to help you help others. So I'm a strong advocate for working for yourself. At some level, starting a company, doing consulting, somehow working for yourself. A couple episodes back, episode 7, I talked about how historically everyone used to work for themselves and how you can do it too thanks to the internet. So why do I work for myself? I've gotten this question a lot. A lot of people have asked, what's your motivation, Skip? What's the deal? Why are you pushing this so much? So I decided that I think I should kind of do a little autobiography and kind of share some background so that you can understand why I work for myself and why I advocated so zealously. Well, the main thing is that I went through a series of layoffs in multiple different organizations, and it made me realize that you could have the rug pulled out from under you, regardless of how good a job you're doing, and that, well, that's life, and that's going to happen, but to minimize that impact, to have some source of revenue coming in on your own is critical. So in 2006, I was in AmeriCorps and CCC, the National Civilian Community Corps, and the funding got cut. It's like, the federal government? This is a huge organization. They're going to cut the funding from this? Now, the funding ended up getting reinstated, but it made me think, and I was like, wow, okay, government, not so secure as I thought. Then I got a job with a private business, Red Bull, the energy drink. Things were going great, and then I got laid off. It's like, ooh, okay, private sector, huge, multi-million-dollar company, billion-dollar company. Still did layoffs. Like, okay. Then I worked in the nonprofit sector at this boarding school, the Pine Ridge School in Vermont, and they went through several rounds of layoffs, and in fact, they actually shut down. So it's like, wow, even the nonprofit sector, nonprofits don't last. Made me rethink kind of job security and all that. Now this is, I think, I got to talk about poor leadership, because at some point, if someone else is in charge of your life, someone could make a bad decision which ends up costing you your job later. And mistakes happen, and if you work for yourself, you're definitely going to make mistakes. I've had some colossal mess-ups. But it's different when I make the mistake than when someone else makes the mistake and it ends up costing me. It's very, very different. So that's part of the reason why I work for myself. There's another reason why I work for myself, and that is that I always talked about my whole life, you know what? I'm going to have a couple different careers. I'm not just going to have one job. When I was in middle school, I said this. And I want to work for myself at some point. I want to open a store, a restaurant, something. Well, as I was going through, over the course of many years, getting laid off or fearing it, it made me think about, maybe I should do this sooner. Maybe I should do this sooner. And then I got a kick in the pants because one of my grandfathers died in 2008. Now, when a patriarch dies in a family, it really switches up the order, changes things around. It can be pretty dramatic. And so it affected me. And shortly after that, I rode my bike across country. The bike and build was planned way before he got ill. And I was like, I'm going to get home. I'm going to start my own business. It's going to be awesome. And then the economy tanked, so that kind of slowed me down, but it's not stopped me. And then my other grandfather got sick and ended up passing away this past summer in June. So what has this done? This has further motivated me because I can see the legacy that they left behind, and I can also see the things that they depended on: steady job that's not going to fire them, benefits, social security, pensions, that I'm not going to have. There's no way I'm going to have those things. So I need to take care of myself. And I also think about, again, that legacy and being able to control my own destiny, not have the rug pulled out from under me, and not be the victim of poor leadership. So that's why I work for myself, and that's why I advocate for you to work for yourself. Whatever kind of form it comes in, whether it's a big company or just a solo project, whatever it is, you should do it. It's very challenging, it's very rewarding. But for me, for my story, I think my story is very similar to other people's. It's not that unique, but it is my own, and it has motivated me. And that is why I work for myself, and I highly recommend that you do it. So that's it. Enough of the autobiography. My name is Skip. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and go live the week.